What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Zombieland Double Tap. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. I overall think that Zombieland Double Tap is a really good sequel. I enjoyed Double Tap. I thought this movie was great. Now, I don't think it's as good as the first movie, but I do like Double Tap for what it is. I like how it's a continuation of the story. I like the directions that it takes some of the characters in. Of course, it has a couple of characters and a couple of things that I didn't really care for, but I overall think this is a solid, good movie. So, right off the bat, the cast in this movie, just like they were in the first movie, they are great in this one. Woody Harrelson is Tallahassee. He is just as badass as and snarky as he is in that first movie, and we also get to bask in his ever loving praise of one Elvis Aaron Presley, which leads to a lot of funny jokes in the movie. Jesse Eisenberg returns as Columbus, and listen, Jesse Eisenberg is an actor that you're either gonna like him in movies or you're not gonna like him in movies. To me personally, I think movies like Zombieland is where Jesse Eisenberg really gets to show off his strengths as an actor, where he gets to play those neurotic type of actors in a movie that plays to those sensibilities. And I think Jesse Eisenberg, he is a good actor in general, and I like him in the Zombieland movies. I like the character of Columbus. I like the relationship he has with Tallahassee. Eisenberg and Harrelson just they banter and work off each other so good. You know, they have a stepfather stepson relationship, and I enjoyed it, and I like how it's expanded in this movie. It's good stuff. Uh, with Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin return as Wichita and Little Rock, and I like the direction that they take these characters to. You know, Abigail Breslin, she has aged within the last 10 years. She's not a little girl anymore. Now she's like a rebellious teen, and she strikes off on her own, going with a bunch of hippies, pretty much, which leads to Wichita having to go back to Columbus and Tallahassee after she had left them because Columbus had proposed to Wichita, and this causes Wichita to just bounce. Of course, she has to come back to seek their help, while all the while, in her absence, Columbus meets this girl named Madison, played by Zoe Dutch, and I am not a fan of the Madison character. I think she is just really, really annoying. She is the stereotypical dumb blonde, and I just find Zoe Dutch's acting to be very just cringy, very annoying, and I think her character is kind of pointless. And I was actually really disappointed when they did a fake out death with her. It's almost as if the movie was like, "Hey, we're not gonna kill this character because we want you to like her." To which I went in my seat and was like, "Oh, why didn't you kill this character? I don't like her." It led to a really awkward love triangle. I mean, Emma Stone had some pretty good, quirky comebacks too with the Madison character, but I overall thought the Madison character was a complete waste. A new character who I did not think was a complete waste, and I think is a worthy addition to the Zombieland movies, is the character of Nevada, played by Rosario Dawson. I like the character of Nevada. I think there's a lot you can do with the character of Nevada, and I like how they gave Tallahassee a love interest. And I just like the growing relationship between these two because Nevada, she's kind of like a female Tallahassee. You know, she doesn't take shit from anybody, and she's not afraid to get in your face if to get in your face. And I think that complements Tallahassee perfectly. Other characters who I was starting to like and was really annoyed that the movie killed off so quickly were the characters of Albuquerque and Flagstaff, played by Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleditch. They are basically the clones of Tallahassee and Columbus, and I was kind of liking the direction the movie was going by having the mirror images kind of rival one another. I thought this movie could have gotten a little bit more mileage out of it, and I would have liked it if they would have went all the way to the end of the movie. Instead, you get maybe roughly 5 minutes with them, and they make the most out of those 5 minutes until they're eventually killed off because they get turned into zombies. Like I said, I would have kept them more towards the end of the movie. Of course, that's just how I would have done it. And like I said earlier, the Abigail, the Little Rock character goes through some change where she meets up with this hippie commune after falling for this hippie poser named Barkley, and I just love how Tallahassee is just completely antagonistic towards this kid. It's hilarious stuff, and the character of Barkley is just an annoying hippie guy who takes popular songs and passes them off as his own. He's pretty much a hippie, but he gets his when Little Rock says, even 12-year-olds know who Bob Dylan is. It's a good stuff. It's a good line. So I like all that, and I actually do like the look of Babylon. It's like this industrial complex, and it's all decked out with like 1960s, 70s hippie flower child stuff. It's pretty cool. I like it, and I also like the look of Hound Dog Hotel, which is what Nevada owns, which is basically a shrine to Elvis Presley himself. I like all that stuff. I like all that. I think that stuff is cool too. Now, the zombies in this movie, they are kind of vicious, more vicious in this movie, particularly because we get this new kind of zombie called the T-1000s, which makes the zombies now more harder to kill, which means you have to now use the double tap, which is pretty much shooting them twice just to kill them or slow them down. So I like how the threat of the zombies have evolved and they've gotten much more dangerous, which leads to a really cool and entertaining climax at Babylon, in which Tallahassee was kind of close to being killed off as a character, and that would have been. I'm glad they didn't kill off the Tallahassee character because I love Woody Harrelson in the movie, and I'm liking the budding romance between him and Nevada. And if a third movie were to happen, which I hope it does, and hopefully that ties up the Zombieland, hopefully that ties up Zombieland as a trilogy of movies, we get to see what happens more with these characters, because Double Tap, it kind of leaves it open for another story to take place now that the trio is now a quartet, because now you have the character of Nevada joining them. So it leads to a multitude of more possibilities, and I would like to see what direction you can take this in. Now, the comedy in this movie is it's good. It can be hit and miss here and there, but the most of the jokes in this movie, they all land. They all character based. The pop culture references are hilarious. The whole scene, the first few minutes takes place at the White House, and I thought that stuff was hilarious. And the stuff with the hippies is funny too. And you got some good jokes here in the middle as well. So yeah, despite some criticisms, I overall thoroughly enjoyed Zombieland Double Tap. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.